Hey folks, Duke CT here with another video twice in one day. Wow, I haven't done this in a while. And you know why I'm making this little short little vlog? It was because of Extreme Rules, ladies and gentlemen. And boy, Extreme Rules, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this right now, was disappointing. Yeah, it was. This is basically a very, very disappointing pay-per-view compared to the last couple Extreme Rules. In fact, because to me, Extreme Rules has not only been better than WrestleMania, hell, it's probably one of the best pay-per-views WWE has offered in the past couple years. And now to basically have just the stench of what WWE is now, the mediocrity, it's amazing. But first, the good. I'm going to start with some positives. First, you had the Shield looking pretty good. I think the Kofi Kingston and the Tornado tag matches should have been a little longer, but personally, I think they were really well. And personally, in my personal opinion, the Tornado tag match is my match of the night. Because, dude, these guys, and I love a good Tornado tag match. I sort of wish TNA would have done this at their whole big little mini pay-per-view they had like a couple of weeks ago with Rude and Aries and such. I think that would have been gone on a lot better. Because I think a good Tornado tag match can really bring up any crowd. Would have it be because it's always a good way to pump up the crowd. What else? We had a very good strap match between Sheamus and Mark Henry. Also, we had actually a mediocre Extreme Rules match, but I did like seeing the pump back from Randy Orton. I really like that. And it does bring over how tough Big Show is, but then again, you gotta sit back and wonder, the Big Show losing via RKO probably many times over. I mean, Big Show has lost to the RKO plenty of times. What makes this thing different? I don't know, but whatever. But hey, it was nice seeing the punt again. And hopefully this means Big Show goes away for a good while. Other than that, the show really, there was not much really interesting. Fandango versus Jericho, bland match, just like the match at WrestleMania, but a nice finish with Chris Jericho hitting the code breaker, on that, nice little code breaker to like the jaw when Fandango was jumping in the, from the top rope, hit the code break. Jericho hit the code breaker when he was coming down. I like stuff like that. Good job from Chris Jericho. But other than that, Alberto Del Rio and Jack Swagger. That match, not only it was boring, it's probably one of the most blandest I Quit matches I ever seen. And I'm telling you right now, people say, "Oh, the match was..." No, it wasn't good. To me, this is my personal opinion. An I Quit match should be bloody. It should be violent. It should be completely utterly out of control. It should be like, my God, these two guys are going to kill each other. And they'll say, "Well, WWE, but it's PG or what have you." Yes, you know what? I don't mind having PG or what have you. I think it's a good idea to have it. But to me, when you have an Extreme Rules pay-per-view, that stuff goes, for the most part, out the window. You want to keep your athletes and entertainers safe, which I get. But when you have an I Quit match, or you have something that has legitimately, that to me means that these two guys are going to put themselves through hell, through absolute hell, to win this match, to make their opponent say, "I quit." That just completely tame? Seriously, it was completely, utterly tame. And I hate to see that. I mean, I haven't seen a real good I Quit match in such a good while. I mean, it just seems like they're just trying so hard not to offend anyone, the WWE. They're trying to please everybody. They want the hardcore crowd, they want the PG family crowd, they want to have it all, but in the end, they just lose everyone. And on top of that, you have the finish. Oh, good Lord, the finish. This finish was completely and utterly stupid. I mean, if you're going to have replay, then fine, but then afterwards, you have Alberto Del Rio say "I quit" after a cross-arm breaker. So basically just redoing the same type of finish we had at WrestleMania. Bravo, WWE. Bravo. And I don't even give a damn. I don't. I mean, as someone as a fan of Jack Swagger, again, look, hold on, right here. See, right here. I have a signed picture of Jack Swagger on my wall with Michael Cole. Yes, I know it was WrestleMania 27. This is the only thing I could get, but still, hey, then again, I did get a side thing on Cody Rhodes, so yay. But still, people, But still, this just is just amazing. You can't, as much like I said, I love Jack Swagger, but the way he's been booked so far, it's amazingly bad. And as Zeb Coulter, it started off nice, but to me, hopefully at Raw, Zeb Coulter gets on the mic, just completely buries Jack Swagger, and someone else takes up that role. I don't care. It could be Cody Rhodes. I would like that. I would like to have someone, Mark Henry, hell, Bray Wyatt, Dolph Ziggler. I don't care. Big E Langston, Mark Henry, somebody other than Jack Swagger. The stench of not only the marijuana, but the stench of him being a loser. It's too much. He can't get over that. And it's not helping him losing these matches. And you know what? He's been pushed too quickly, too fast, and this is what happens right now. The WWE does not know how to push their talents. I mean, Jack Swagger should not be in the main event right now. He shouldn't be anywhere near a world title. He should be facing hell. At this point, he should be facing for the U.S. Championship. Yeah, I think he should have been facing the U.S. Championship with Kofi Kingston and build himself up. Start building himself up, and then over the summer, and then over not only the summer, but over, the year and everything else, he can feud with Del Rio. In fact, I think I wouldn't have him face his world title until maybe SummerSlam or TLC. That would have been his first title shot. And he'd rack up wins and look important. That sort of thing. Long-term type booking. I know the WWE doesn't like that, but still, making someone like Jack Swagger seem like a big deal. Oh gosh, you can't have that. Now, let's see, what else that pissed me off? The Last Man Standing match. And it started off really good. Both John Cena and Ryback had some good chemistry. The action was really good. But the ending, they just said, WWE just did this. And they kept doing that for the rest of the night. You know what they did? They did Ryback with a very cool, it looked really nice, little spear and knocking Cena into the stage, what have you. And then, for whatever reason, Charles Robinson, Lil H, runs back out there, runs back in the backstage area, sees both Cena and Ryback down, what have you, and for whatever reason, he doesn't start counting. He just says, we need help. Dude, start counting. That's all you have to do. Count. 1, 2, 3. That's your only job. That's what you have. That's it. If he just started to do that and count 10, I wouldn't have no problem with that. But this seems like, and then on top of that, you have Ryback stirring and then getting himself up. And Cena's still down. I'm like, wait a minute, is the match still going on? Ryback just got up and left. I don't know what, and somehow Cena's still the champion? Huh? This is a last man standing match. Ryback's the last man standing. He's the WWE champion. It's a miracle. The WWE, they just don't get it. I mean, I know I'm just a small, insignificant little internet fan who makes videos and such and what have you. And I'm not asking for much. If I'm asking too much, please comment, video response, hit me up on Skype, whatever. Please tell me if I'm asking way too much. But all I ask is some logic, some good flash-action logic. I could take both men getting. I think Batista and The Undertaker had the same type of finish like a couple years ago, when Batista lost the world title again at WrestleMania in a very good match. And by the way, that match was still in the card, by the way. What have you? And then, it was at Backlash, or I think it was still called Backlash, or maybe Extreme Rules. And they had a last man standing match, and I think I could be wrong, someone correct me. They both were counted out to, I think, the 10, and then the match was over as a draw. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I might not like it, but it continues the feud. It continues it, and it moves on to the next stage. That is actually not a bad idea. See, you know what? You can have that. Instead, what the WWE does, well, screw that. The match is over now. Don't mind Ryback going to the back curtain. Just don't mind that, you know, at all. John Cena's injured, and you have Mick Foley. I mean, you have King saying that's the most. That's the hardest fall anyone. I mean, hell, that's probably as hard as a fall as Mick Foley has ever took. Wait, scratch it. He said that fall looked harder than anything that Mick Foley ever took. I'm like, really? Mick Foley flew down like a full out Hell in a Cell to a table. Hell, broke through not only once but twice at Hell in a Cell. Are you telling me that those falls weren't hard? Hell, I could count his Japanese stuff, his WCW stuff, his ECW stuff, and all the hard falls he took there, and that is the hardest fall you ever seen, King? Really? Really? I know they're going to try to make that guys tough, but come on, man. It just sounds completely like BS. And then, the main event, shocker, Triple H's main event. And again, as a fan of Triple H, I was a fan of Triple H for so long. Way back in the day, and everything else. But as a fan, and he had some good ideas for this man. I mean, hell, the dude convinced Bruno Sammartino to come back. He's talking to ESPN about trying to get more of a relationship to, that sort of thing. And I think that's a good idea to become more of a sports. Bring back sports into that sports entertainment, which I think is really lacking. And hopefully, maybe they can, Triple H, because again, Triple H, in my opinion, has some very good ideas, but it's 2013. I don't want to see him main event anymore. Because the dude does not have it anymore. He doesn't. I'm sorry, he doesn't. Especially with Brock Lesnar. Lesnar and Triple H have no chemistry. At all. They didn't have any chemistry back in SummerSlam last year. They didn't have any chemistry at WrestleMania this year. And damn sure didn't have any chemistry in the cage match. I mean, jeez Louise. Not only was this thing, the crowd didn't like it, hell, I was bored. I was like, jeez Louise, this is probably one of the most boring, if not the most boring cage match I've seen ever. I'm serious, this is the most boring cage match I ever watched in my entire life as a wrestling fan. This was pathetic. And not only that, they made Brock Lesnar into a complete bitch. I mean, having Brock Lesnar have not only on one leg, have Paul Heyman have to run interference not once but twice, having Paul Heyman get pedigreed, and after he gets pedigreed, he hits a low blow against Hunter, and then he hits the sledgehammer which Triple H hid under the steel cage. Over the steel cage, I just don't care. I was just like, oh God, I just, you know what, the match was terrible. And Triple H, and then after the match, after Brock Lesnar wins, guess what, Triple H? He has that heroic last walk, like he tries so hard to look around, like he did at SummerSlam. When after SummerSlam, they chanted, "You tapped out." And he said, "I'm sorry guys, I failed you." And then they all booed him out the damn arena. You tapped out, no, not booed, they chanted, "You tapped out" to it. After he had tried a true emotion. Hell, after the Raw last night, the next night Raw, he came out to a mild ass pop. I mean, seriously. As a fan of Triple H, dude cannot draw emotion like Shawn Michaels could, man. It's mind blowing. It is. It's just mind blowing how the WWE just wasting their investment in Brock Lesnar. I'm not crazy. We're wasting $5 million on the dude, and this is the best they could do. This is the best they could do for him. Please tell me. Maybe I'm nuts, but you have Brock Lesnar, one of the most dominant athletes in this company. Hell, went away from this company and won the UFC belt. How many people can say that? How many wrestlers can say to be that? He didn't go to movies. He went back to the grind. He went to the UFC and won the match. He won the UFC heavyweight title. And this is how you treat him? The WWE booking staff just just brilliant. I mean, God forbid you make Brock Lesnar look like a dominant monster. God forbid you have someone like say, hey, you know what would be great? A great idea for Brock Lesnar? This might sound a little crazy, but how about he beat John Cena last year? He beats Triple H. He beat Triple H not once, but twice in dominant fashion. Ends Triple H's career. He beats guys like Sheamus, Mark Henry, Big Show, what have you. Hell, he comes back, beats CM Punk. He's a monster. And everything else. You could have, you know what, you could have someone like, say, someone who's really possible to beat him. You know, guys like, I don't know, Ryback, face Ryback facing someone like Brock Lesnar. I think that could help him out. I know most people don't like him, but I think that could be really good for Ryback. Daniel Bryan. Yes, Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar taking on a submission specialist. Hey, come on, that rolls in the money. Come on, and then unstoppable Brock Lesnar too. Woo, that's a permission to print money. You won't know. People are like, oh, who's gonna win? Daniel Bryan can hit submissions out of nowhere. Heck, you could easily build that up. Daniel Bryan's winning matches with not only the no lock, he's winning matches with other types of submissions, everything else to prove that he can actually beat Brock Lesnar. Lesnar's just beating out people like that, left and right. Hell, you can actually have that him working body parts. It looks like Lesnar can't be able to, but yet he beats him by making Brock Lesnar tap, like at WrestleMania, what have you. Giving Daniel Bryan a truly great WrestleMania moment. Bam! That's great. And then you have a big star. Or hell, Ryback. Hell, you think slamming Mark Henry with the cell shock would have been is huge? How about doing that to Brock Lesnar and beating him at WrestleMania? That is a huge moment. But instead, they just have him have him face Triple H, and have him lose to Triple H because, God forbid, we need Triple H the ass kicker or ass kisser at this point. I don't know. I don't know. I try giving WWE the benefit of the doubt, but you know what? It just seems like every time, I give them a chance and they punch me in the gut. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just stupid. But that's just me. And look at how long this video is going on. But anyway, it's me, Dixie T here. Peace and love. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Later.